She felt like because her hair curled up and but we got the pictures around her of the girl with the big puffs.
So now she love it, right?
And now she loving it. Her hair is long anyway. Your hair long. It just it's different. It's yours. It's you.
I have a question for you, Shantae. So, since he talked about self-esteem, was self-esteem kind of snowball you into depression or anything like that?
Low self-esteem can definitely do that, among other things, you know? I mean...
I got something for you after this.
I mean, depression can also manifest itself in many ways, but pressure from others to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to perform a certain way, that definitely can... suppress a person's spirit, their mental health, their well-being.
Yeah, because if they can't reach that par level, they ain't up to par, then they feel terrible.
And like he was talking about with kids, when you set these, you have athletes or entertainers as role models. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but let's be realistic. Not everyone is going to be a Deion Sanders. Not everyone is going to be a Beyonce.
Or cut up.
Right, exactly. So when Mr. G talked about self-acceptance, that was very important. Accept who you are.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And then learn to love yourself and go on from there. But also love your child for who they are. And find, what they're good at. We all have a niche
let them
somewhere.
bloom.
Exactly.
Let them show you who they are.
Out. Let them navigate through
that.
that and find, where their place is in this world. This is a big world that we live in. Right. And we all have a place in it. So help them find their place. Don't push them to be something that they're not.
I like that.
Because when you're living up to someone else's ideals, that's a never-ending battle. You're never going to meet someone else's standards for yourself.
Right.
So we need pool cleaners. We need lawnmowers. You feel me? Somebody might really love doing it.
They do though. You never know.
No, that's dream big. But
whoa.
Find your place in this world.
Whoa, wait. What makes being a pool cleaner or a lawnmower small? You could make that into the biggest. You could become the biggest pool cleaner in the country. I'm just saying, dude.
I'm not saying to minimize them, but I'm saying to support them wherever they are in their journey.
All right.
Like if they wanted to be a streamer, like a stream video.
Whatever you want to do, baby girl. That's what I'm gonna tell my daughter.
But on the self-esteem though, real quick, so I'm gonna iterate with you. All right, Lil Ren, my bad son. All right.
My bad.
No. This is what I'm gonna tell you. This is real. This is real talk. All right, so I had got my son from his mother when he was 3 years old. He was being mistreated and some things was going on. I'm not gonna get into what it was because I don't like to talk about people without them in their face. I can tell them straight what it is. But I went to the school one day to get my son just to check up on him because I know things ain't been, right. I wanted to see what was going on. Go to the school and I look in the window and I see all the children in the school, in the classroom, talking, laughing, and giggling, and my son's sitting in the corner like this. So I look and I'm like, yo, what's going on? So I called the teacher. I said, hey, teacher, come here real quick. He come over there to me. I said, man, why my son look like that? He look like that? He said, man, he look like that every day. I said, why? What's wrong? I called him up there, man. My son, as soon as my son got up, man, I seen it right then and there. Self-esteem issues. His mother, well, I ain't gonna really get into what's what, but he didn't have everything that he needed. He was busted out here. His head was all jacked up. He was dirty. Clothes was wrinkled. Man, that little baby boy walked up to me, man, with his head down like that, man. And I ain't gonna get emotional because I've talked about this before, so it don't hurt me as bad. But that little boy head down like this, and I looked and I picked his head up and I said, son, what's wrong? He just put his head back down. I said, do you like the way you look? No. Broke his self-esteem that early that he built it up in his head that he don't care about how he look. And he's 14 years old and he's still with him. That self-esteem issue is still with him. He at 14 years old and still don't care about how he look. Cause that broke him down. That early in life, his self-esteem was broke. This is what it was. Man, even still today, I buy that boy all these fresh clothes, man. He will not put them on because he does not care. It stuck with him that bad. His self-esteem was broke. He don't even care about how he look, man. His self-esteem was gone. So I just wanted to throw that out there, man. Be careful, man, about your kids and watch your children, man. Catch it at the table.
My baby, no,
you gotta be careful with a lot of
And
things.
you know what? That's what I did with my son.
Yeah. But see, he didn't have the resources. I mean, this dude. Of course, I was doing my end, but it wasn't being disseminated properly. But man, just how your kids look and all of that, man. Kids pick on kids like that, and that bullying and all that starts, man. So, Man, try to give your kids all the resources they need, man. Don't have them walk around here with dirty clothes.
Not just that, but teach your children how to be a proper human being.
Yeah.
And not
that stuff starts with the parents. And the sad part is, you know, we could talk about this forever, but you know that starts with the parents. That starts with how men treat women, how women treat men.
Wow, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That starts with people, you know, worrying about their relationship, sometimes over their kid. Sometimes the kid get lost in, you know, in the two parents worried about each other but not worried about the kid. So now the kid is alone or being raised by other people. You feel what I'm saying? Not literally, but they you know, you're not caring about them, you know. So it's just a lot. It's a lot with mental health that, you know, that people don't know about, and if you should definitely just read up on it. Postpartum distress, all that, because all of that affects relationships, which also affects kids, which affects people. It just affects a lot of people, and the sad part is a lot of people don't know about a lot of that stuff, so you won't even know what you're dealing with. You won't even know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with people that have mental health issues that they don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know what you're dealing with, so y'all both just in the blind. Y'all both in the dark. So people need to do some research, man.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy, man, because we're talking about, like, you know, how we can raise our children, and you know, we want our children to have a better life than the lives that many of us have led. You know, but every single person on this call right now has been on a plane before, and before the plane even takes off, the pilot always says, "Parents, in case of emergency, if the oxygen mask fall, make sure you put your oxygen mask on before you help your child."
Yes, exactly.
So
that makes a lot of sense right there.
Because you will not be able to help that child if you're dead.
Right. You cannot help that child until you help yourself first.
Yeah.
So a lot of the information that we're trying to pour into our children, let's pour that into other fellow adults.
Yeah, that's
so
so
that all of our children can be good. So when everybody goes to the playground, they can legitimately have a good time, man.
Hey, you know, I think I have a... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I sincerely enjoyed my time, man, building with these brilliant minds on this call here tonight, man. I feel like somebody's life is going to be changed.
I hope so.
And Brittany, I'm going to say this to you personally. I could not be more proud of you.
Thank you.
So proud.
No doubt. This is a good
No
topic,
doubt.
man. Really. People needed this topic.
The perfect person to come on. He's non-judgmental and he's very open-minded.
I think everybody here played a perfect part.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying? And he did very well. Everybody did well, and I'm happy that I got to speak to all of y'all, because y'all all, you know, brought something to the table that I feel these people would need.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I thank all of y'all. You know what I mean? I thank you too, Brittany, like he did, and everybody on here. You know, it takes a strong individual to talk about these things and to open up. So this is this for all of y'all.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, I'd like to give a shout out and thank you to Black Ink Radio, Rich Mo, and Brittany for Talk About Breed podcast. I really appreciate y'all having me out here.
Appreciate you, brother.
I hope everybody take a listen to this information, man. It's good stuff. I'm telling you, it ain't just for your kids; it's for everybody.
You ain't give your social media though, man.
Well, I don't have a big presence on social media.
You don't have to. Just let these people know where they can find you if they want to talk.
If you want to talk, you can find me at Shantae Jeffries. I'm on Facebook. And you can also find me on Psychology Today.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, I want to leave you guys with some resources to find a therapist. If anyone is interested in locating a therapist, you can find a therapist through your insurance provider. So you can go to your provider directory or call the 1-800 number. You can also find a therapist on Psychology Today. There is a wonderful site called Therapists for Black Girls. That's another place to find a therapist. And we have some other resources for suicide prevention. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 800-273-8255, and that is for suicide prevention. Nice. We also have a domestic violence hotline. It's 1-800-787-3224.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
I'll be back in like 2 weeks. But I'll be doing definitely more wellness checks, and I want everybody to check in. If you have anything that you feel like needs to be discussed or you want answered, hit me up. I would be more than happy to discuss it or talk about it on my podcast. You can be anonymous all you want to. I get, not wanting everybody to know who you are and your business. So this is a safe place, and I just want you to know that you can talk to any of us, King Khalid, Shantae, and Rich Mo. If you ever feel like you gotta reach out to somebody.
Yeah, definitely got a lot of information about alcohol and drugs.
Hey, Brittany, can I say one thing before we go?
Yes,
Just
you
one
can.
Quick thing? Okay, so to my man VA Hip Hop News, I know that you got the plug on social media. Can we start something new? Can we start? Don't hurt another person of color a challenge.
I know that.
I'm with that. I started tonight, man.
I know that's right.
Can we start? Don't hurt another person of color challenge. Can we, when we have differences with one another, can we sit down and talk about it?
What we got? Yeah, man. I'm with that.
Man. Before we pull out our guns, yo, man, why don't we open up our minds and open up our mouths, man, and just try to.
I think the best way to do that is each person here. We need to find two people we feel that do have an issue with each other. Mm-hmm. Get them to come talk about it on camera, and then put that hashtag. Don't hurt another person of color.
Don't hurt another person of
So
color.
everybody need to find somebody that they can get, two people they can get to bring them together to squash some type of beef, and then hashtag what you just said. Don't hurt a person of color.
I like that.
And let's get other people to follow that challenge.
Whoa.
That's a good one, brother.
That idea. Oh, you should. Listen. You might want to trademark that joint right there.
I mean, hey, it came from both of us, man.
Exactly.
You started it. I just, I helped. I pushed it.
You just put it in a really great package. I love it. Yeah.
Let's make that happen, though.
With that,
we have to cut out. My time has come to an end, but I'll be back, and I hope you guys enjoyed our episode.
See you next time.
See y'all later. God bless everybody.
You are now tuned in to Black Ink Radio. Turn up. The hottest station in the nation. All hail Caesar. Black Ink Takeover. You are now tuned in to Black Ink Radio.
To Black Ink Radio.